Everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about the possible reasons that you are not growing. Number one, do you have the awareness to know of your negative habits, bad habits, things that are holding you back from achieving the life that you want? Some examples of a bad habit can be procrastination, it can be gossiping, it could be judging, it could be negative self-talk, it could be lack of exercise, eating poorly. The list goes on, and unfortunately, these are some of the habits we've learned along the years that we need to break in order to really grow into the person that we are trying to become. So what is a bad habit? The definition of a bad habit is something that gives you instant gratification in a short amount of time, but leads to problems long term. And whether that is nail biting, this is a good example because I am a nail biter, but I'm working to break the bad habit. It gives you that instant satisfaction as far as relieving anxiety. And that's the reason why I bit my nails, was because I struggled with anxiety very bad. So anytime I had an anxiety attack, I would go and chew my nails. While that was soothing in the moment, it made my nails look horrible, bleeding. Just overall was not a good habit to have long term, because it's something that I kept doing as a coping mechanism to relieve my anxiety, and I never had really nice looking nails. So working on my nail growth journey now, I wear press-ons just to kind of protect them while as they're growing out so I don't bite them. That's just example one. So another thing is eating poorly. If you're eating out constantly or not having a good diet, it may be tasty, it may be delicious in the moment, but could lead to long-term serious health problems down the road. And that is the habits that we need to break, because we've grown accustomed to them for so long that we don't realize that that's part of the reason why we are not growing, because these things are holding us back. So you want to start being mindful and aware of these habits that you may possess that are not encouraging your growth, and you have to learn how to break these habits. You have to be intentional day to day and just being mindful of your actions when you're presented circumstances that bring out those bad habits. So you have to be aware and try to change from that bad habit to a good one in that moment. And again, long term, as you get into the routine and the practice of it, it then becomes second nature, and that bad habit will turn into a good one that will promote your personal growth. The next one is negative self-talk. So if you are constantly repeating negative things to yourself, it's almost like affirmations. When you repeat positive affirmations to yourself, it's encouraging, it's allowing you to be open-minded, it's allowing you to believe, to have faith that things are going to go well. Well, of course, with negative self-talk, that's the complete opposite. So if you are constantly feeding yourself negativity, that is what is going to be projected into your world around you, and that is going to be the state of your mind. So you won't have much self-belief, you won't have much self-confidence. Negative self-talk is not doing anything for you. It's holding you back, it's keeping you stagnant, and not allowing yourself to truly break past that barrier. Essentially, it's keeping you closed-minded. It's not allowing for any expansion in your mind when you constantly feed yourself negativity. Once you clear that out and gain a little bit of clarity in your head, as far as stop overthinking things, stop worrying, stop panicking, just allow things to be and just try to be present in the moment. That's when you'll start to gain that clarity in your mind to actually start pursuing and structuring how you're going to get from where you are now to where you want to be. You have to have that clarity. So whatever is fogging up your mind and taking up too much mental energy, you have to learn how to release it and let it go. You cannot believe these things about yourself, because if you do, then that is going to be what's projected around you. And as far as your environment, as far as your capability to do things, to overcome obstacles and problems when you're faced with during this lifetime. So get out of your head and just learn to be and learn to build. You have to believe it for yourself in order to achieve it. And anybody with a great story is going to tell you the same exact thing. Stop listening to people whose life is not a reflection of what you want. You can't listen to somebody that's on the complete opposite path that you are, who doesn't have any type of credentials or accomplishments, honestly, that you see yourself achieving as well. Your environment is very important. It allows for you to have that mental clarity and help support positivity as much as you can around you. It's a part of your control. So whether you have your own house, your own apartment, your own place, your own room, your own space, try to make it the best as possible. I know not all of us can just go out here and purchase a whole new living space, but if you have a room, if you have a space that you can decorate and call your own and have that designated area to kind of allow for creativity, allow for all your problems to diminish, make it aesthetic, make it pleasing, make it comfortable. Create a place that is going to encourage your growth, because an environment is very important, but I understand that it can be expensive. Like I said, if you have your own room, if you have your own space that you can redo, refurbish, reorganize, out with the old, in with the new, allow for that and seriously make time for that, because that is going to really be a game changer in the way that will support your growth. Another good one I want to touch base on is your inability to keep your promises to allow the change in your routine. Again, if you are aware of what you need to be doing and you're not doing it, then you need to take responsibility for your growth. Take that accountability to know and understand why you are not growing. You can't blame it on anything around you, on anyone, except for yourself, because you know what you need to be doing and you're not doing it. So you can't expect to go this whole year doing the same thing, not changing the habits that you know you need to change, and then being upset by the end of the year of your lack of improvement, your lack of growth, being in the same situation that you were in the previous year. And that's the hardest one that we need to face, is honestly not taking accountability for knowing and understanding that we are solely responsible for our own life. No matter what happened around us, what happened in childhood, what happened in our adulthood, no matter what happened, what we go through, we are solely responsible for our own life. So it's really up to you to decide what you want to do, who you want to become, how serious you are about it, and taking those necessary steps to allow for that growth, because you're going to grow. If you try, you're definitely going to grow, but if you don't try, you're just going to be in the same situation year after year after year. And again, that's all part of the habits that I talked about more so in the beginning of this video, is not changing those negative habits, because that's what's causing the cycle, that's what's causing the routine and allowing your growth, is the negative habits that you are refusing to change in order to grow. It can be scary. Growth can be scary because we are not sure what could come out of it. We are so small right now. We feel like we are so small right now that anything huge and anything that we imagine in our mind is just too much in the moment. But that's why it's a day-by-day process. That's why you're slowly building yourself up to be that person. But if you don't do anything now, if you don't even put in 1% now, how do you expect anything to change long term? Because it's a longevity game. You have to prepare yourself for what you're asking for. It's not an overnight thing. It's not just going to fall in your lap someday. You have to take responsibility, claim it, act like it, align yourself with it, so that you can pursue it, so that you can achieve the great things that you want. It seems too big and too grand and too scary. Yeah, because we don't have the habits, we don't have the traits to keep up with that right now. That's why we don't have it. But as you slowly start to teach yourself and and really do that internal work to understand yourself and where you want to go, having direction and having a clear path and setting a schedule and being true to it and keeping our promises is how we are going to achieve what we want to achieve. But you can't compare yourself to another person's chapter 20. All you have to do and focus on is what you're going to do today, what you're going to do in every single moment. Just like, what am I going to do after I film this video? That goes for so many other things. Somebody, it might be exercise. Somebody, it might be school. Somebody, it might be personal. You don't know. It's the same thing with curly hair journey, a nail journey. You have to start somewhere and really pay attention and be intentional with these things. That's the only way you're going to achieve it, and it's as simple as that. That's why Nike's logo is just do it, because literally just do it. Just start. Just put in that 1% every single day so you can then see the long-term outcome. Just like over time, that bad habit kept building up, and now it's a part of your everyday routine without really knowing that this is hurting me. Until you have that awareness in order to change it so that you can become better. And it goes full circle. Like, what you put out is what you get back. So what you put into the universe, what you put into life, what you put into your work, your craft, your career is what you're going to get out of it. So if you're putting a little bit into it, you can't be mad that you're only getting a little bit out of it. Simple as that. That is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like my content, don't forget to subscribe for more. Bye, guys.